Namaskaraha, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to the Tadvaidya Sambhasha Parishad series of Charaka Samhita Sutra Sthana. We are now dealing with the Charaka Samhita Sutra Sthana, the 16th chapter, that is Chikitsa Prabriti Adhyaya. So we have discussed until the 21st shloka in the previous class about the Chikitsa Prabrita, that is whatever is required for the patient, that is for the Atura, whatever is required for, that is it may be the knowledge part, that is knowledge of the Bishak or knowledge of the Chikitsaka, which will help the patient in recovering from the disease. All those things will be covered here. So therefore you can see that the examination or the prerequisites required for taking a person or taking a patient for the Shodhana Karma from that particular part until the patient is managed completely well, and also the principles involved in or the attitude, what we call, there is a knowledge and attitude, what we call, all those things have been taken into consideration in Chikitsa Prabriti Adhyaya. That is, here it is mainly from the physician's perspective as how he should get ready to support the patient. So in the next part we will be seeing about the physician's perspective of seeing the disease or seeing the cause of the disease and the treatment. This is very, very important. You know that in many of the the science of the philosophy of science, when you call, that is, every science will have a philosophy, that is it will have some fundamental principles, and it will have some metaphysical as perspectives also. That is, whatever we are doing, is it going in the right way, or is it very important? Such questions will be usually asked or aroused in the science itself. That is, what is the very purpose of this particular thing, or is it are we handling a situation wherein we have some role in it? That is, as Chikitsaka, earlier it has already been told that in the Kuddaka Chatushpada Adhyaya, that a physician is Pradhana. Why he is Pradhana? Because he is Vijnata Shasita Yokta. That is, he can do, he has the knowledge, that is Vijnata Aushadasya. He has the knowledge about the Aushada. He can manage the situation in a right way, and also he can manage the other staff in the right way, Shasita, and Yokta, that is, he has the Yukti Jnana, that is, he has the capacity to analyze things which have happened in the past, which is happening now, and also can happen in the future. They predict some of the things and then take action. So such is the the attributes of a physician or Chikitsaka. But the physician himself may have many doubts. That is, in the previous chapter also we have discussed about this. That is, the attitude of the Chikitsaka matters a lot. That is, what he thinks about his own work. That is also very important. Therefore, to highlight this particular point, that is to make the physician himself get cleared of the doubts, and also clear for what purpose he is he is there, or how he becomes Pradhana. That is being propagated in this particular part of this chapter. So you can see that how to manage the Vyapat in case of Samshodhana, that also he is described, and then they have described about the attitude, then the doubts which arise to a physician, that is also explained further. So all those things we will be dealing today. So in the 23rd shloka, you can see that Bheshajak Shapite Patyam Aharereva Brahmanam. That is, Bheshajak Shapita, a person who is emaciated because of the Bheshaja. For example, if you have undergone some treatment, it may be any kind of treatment, when we Shodhana or Shamana, because of the Aushadha Viryata, the person may have got a little bit of weakness. In order to overcome that, the Ahare Reva Brahmanam, it is told. That is, Ahara itself will become the Brahmana Karana, or through Ahara itself we can regain the strength. Gritamamsa Rasa Kshira Hridya Yushopa Samhitaihi. That is, different kinds of preparations which are included with Grita, Mamsa, Kshira, Rasa, that is Mamsa Rasa, then Hridya Yusha Yushopa Samhitaihi. There is different kinds of Yusha or Pamsa Rasa preparations, or Kshira Paka, etc. can be prepared, so that these are all the Brahmana Dravyas. In the earlier chapters we have already come across with the Brahmana Dravyas. All those things will be included under this. Then Abhyanga Utsadanaihi Snanaihi Niruhaihi Sanuvasanaihi. Abhyanga, Utsadana, Snana, Niruha, Anuvasana, all these things can be provided to the patient so that the kshapana, whatever has happened due to the bheshaja or because of the prayoga of the aushadha, either it can be because of the shamana aushadha, tikshna aushadha which prayoga, or it can be because of the samshodhana. We know that after samshodhana a little bit of vatavriddhi would happen, or sometimes for the shesha dosha nirharanartha, or because of the klama which has happened due to the aushadha sevana, these things have to be reduced. For that you need these particular post of it is called as convalescence period, right? That is, after the patient has recovered from the disease, for a certain period of time he will require some nutritious food, and this can happen with the help of food only. That is how the importance has been given for the food. So that convalescence period, what we call, wherein the patient requires some extra energy or extra nutrition, that has been specifically told here. So both ahara and vihara has been augmented here. So abhyanga utsadanaha, then snana, niruha, anuvasana, tathasa labate sharmaha yujyate chayusha chiram. So with that he will be able to regain his strength. That is, the Agni Bala or the Sharira Bala can be regained because of these particular procedures. Because of the ahara, certain types of Brahmana ahara, and also with the help of this vihara. Yujyate Ayusha Chiram. That is, why is he taking samshodhana? To have the benefits which we have earlier discussed. That is, see, balam pushtira patyam cha vrishatam cha asya jayate janam krichrena labate chiram jivati anamayaha. All these things we have already discussed, that with the help of shodhana, chira jivana can be expected. But when it can be expected? Only when the person is following all these things. Even the paschat karma should be followed in a proper way. Right? In case there is any kind of any kind of vyapat scene, then you have to manage that also. That is explained in the further shlokas. In the subsequent shlokas it is told that ati yoganubadhanam sarpihi panam prashasyate tailam madhurakaihi siddham athava api anuvasanam. If a person has ati yoga, then you have to go for once again sarpipana, because ati yoga you will always it may lead to little bit of vatavriddhi. So as we discussed, therefore sarpipana is indicated. Tailam madhurakaihi siddhai athava api anuvasanam. There is madhura aushadha siddha taila can be used for anuvasana or any other procedure. Yasya tu ayogastam snigdham punaha samshodhayet naram. So if any person has ayoga, if he has that is hina yoga of the samshodhana karma, then once again snehana can be done with the help of grita or taila, and then you can go for shodhana once again. Matra kala balapekshi smaran punar purvam anukramam. That is, matra kala balapekshi. That is, earlier already there has been a little bit of mistake. It can be because of the aushadha, because of the paricharaka, it can be because of the bishak, or it can be because of the rogi. Anything may be the karana, but here you can see that there is ayoga. Some mistake has happened. Therefore, that mistake should not be repeated. That is why they have told smaran purvam anukramam. Whatever has happened earlier, that has to be kept in mind, and then you have to decide the matra and also the kala and then the bala of the patient. So matra, kala and bala, these three are to be ascertained before you start the shodhana, or before you start any kind of treatment once again to the same patient. Okay. So you can go for snehane svedane shuddho rogaha samsarjane chaye jayante amarga vihite tesham siddhishu sadhanam. So whatever has been left out, or if any complaint or any kind of morbidities is still left, then all those things have to be cleared with the help of snehana, svedana, etc., and also with the help of samshodhana. So with this they are completing the prakarana of samshodhana. That is how the support has to be given for a patient who is undergoing the samshodhana. So all aspects related to that has been covered. So as we discussed in the initial time of the class, we were discussing that the attitude of the physician is also very much required. That is, he should understand why he is doing things in a certain way. So therefore, in order to bring in that, they have taken the concept, or they have taken the philosophy of a vada. There is a vada here. That is, vada means one which is which will be proposed first, and then it will be discussed, and then it will be proved or even disproved. That is how the vada runs. So there is one vada which is taken into consideration here. It is called the Swabhava Uparama Vada. That is, for any kind of karya, there should be a karana. That is what we believe. That is, Ayurveda believes. In the first chapter itself, it is already sure that they have taken the padartha, different karanas, as the fundamentals of doing the chikitsa. Right. So you can see that whenever the karanas are being told in a very elaborate manner, the karya whatever is produced also should be with respect to the karana. So here we are dealing mainly with the disease condition and also providing solutions to it. So the background about that, or the reasons behind that, or the the back end fundamentals about that should be known by us. Therefore, this with this particular shloka, they are starting the a discussion about this particular vada called the Swabhava Uparama Vada. So jayante hetu vaishamyad vishama deha datavah hetu samyat samastesham Swabhava Uparama Sada. What they are saying here, that Swabhavat vinasha karana nirapekshad uparamo vinashah Swabhava Uparamaha. That is, there is a vada which is introduced here. It is called as Swabhava Uparamaha. What is Swabhava Uparama? Swabhava means naturally. Uparamaha means vinasha, or there will be nasha, or nasha karana you can consider. So Swabhavat vinasha karana nirapekshad uparamo. That is, without initiating any kind of karya, usually the karana will have vinasha on its own. That is, it will change, or it will get diminished. The karana itself will get diminished day by day. This is usually seen. So when you say something is getting diminished, there is a aspect of kala there. The time is there. That will be coming next. But what they say, that jayante hetu vaishamyad vishama deha datavaha. We are speaking about the deha here, deha datavaha. Jayante hetu vaishamyad. That is, whatever vishamata happens in the hetu, if there is any kind of vishamata in the karana, then vishamata is also seen in the deha and the dhatu, that deha datavaha, in the dhatus of the deha. Hetu samyat samastesham Swabhava Uparama Sada. That is, if the hetu, this vishama hetu we said, if there is any kind of uparama, or if there is any kind of diminishing factor in the the karana, then in the karya, in the disease also it will come down. For example, if a person is taking, now it is a little cold weather, cloudy weather, a person is taking cold water, he may start getting penasa, or he may get headache, dullness, etc. Right? So if the hetu is that will be increasing. If he is going on taking, then the roga also will be increasing. But if he stops that, or if he doesn't take, then what will happen? Slowly there will be reduction in the symptoms, because he is not taking the vishama hetu. That is what is explained here. That is, the body has the natural tendency to come back to the normalcy. That is, if the vishama hetus are not there, then the samahetus will get into picture very immediately, or for anything, for samahetu to happen or vishamahetu to happen, there should be pravritti, or swabhavatah this will happen. This is what is said. So jayante hetu vaishamyat vishama deha datavah hetu samyat samastesham swabhava uparamas sada. That is, sada it is told. Always this is true, that whenever there are vishama hetus in the karana, that is Vishama Karana, then Vishamata is seen in the Deha Dhatu also. If there is Samatva in the Karana, then there is Samatva in the Karya also, that is in the Deha Dhatus. That is, if your ahara is in perfect matra and according to the kala, then the agni or the the mala kriya or the prasannata of the atma etc. will be maintained well. That is the samatva of the dosha, samatva of the agni, samatva of the dhatu, samatva in the mala kriya, everything will be maintained. But if there is vishamata in the ahara or the matra or the kala, then immediately there will be the difference in the malakriya, in difference in the dosha, there will be vishamata in the dhatu, vishamata in the atma, manas, etc. Everywhere there will be vishamata. And this is swabhavataha, this is natural, that is what they are saying. Okay. So further on explaining with that, here the definition of swabhava uparamaha is very, very important. Swabhavat vinasha karana nirapekshat uparamo vinashaha swabhava uparamaha. This definition is very important to be considered. Okay, this is given by Acharya Chakrapani. Next, you have the pravritti hetu bhavanam na nirodho asti karanam kechit tatrapi manyante hetuhu hetur avartanam. That is, pravritti hetu bhavanam na nirodho asti karanam. That is, there is it doesn't need any other factor to to influence it. That is, any kind of hetu will be influencing the karya directly. That will be usually seen. Kechit tatrapi manyante hetur avartanam. Some people believe that that is hetur avartanam. That is, if the hetu avartana, if there is a change in the hetu, immediately there will be change in the karya also. So while discussing about this, eva muktartham acharyam agnivesho abhibhashata. Then Agnivesha asks a question, or he gets a doubt, that swabhava uparame karmaha chikitsat pravritasya kim veshajjair vishaman dhatun kan samikrute bishak kava chikitsa bhagavan kimartham va prayuchyate. If there is if this particular thing is going on naturally, that is, if a person is taking some vishama ahara and because of that he is suffering with a disease, and if he stops taking vishama ahara and naturally if the disease is coming down, then what is the role of the chikitsa pravrita? That is, what is the help necessity of a chikitsaka or a bishak supporting the rogi? Is it necessary? Bahishajjair vishaman dhatun kan samikrute bishak. What is the role of the bishak in doing the samikarana of the vishama dosha? There is no role. Kava chikitsa bhagavan. Then what does that chikitsa mean here? It doesn't have any meaning. Right? Or I'm not understanding. That is what he is saying. That is, the very purpose of the chikitsaka is to treat the patient. But what is he doing actually? Is he doing the samikarana of the vishama dosha or not? There is, see, why I said in the initial in the beginning of my class about the attitude of the chikitsaka is because that is being discussed here, is because the very purpose of the very work of a chikitsaka is to correct the vishama hetus or correct the vishamata which is present in the deha. That is what is the expectation. That is, for example, a person is suffering with the disease, he will expect the doctor to treat him in a certain way and make him right, or make him bring him to normalcy. So here Agnivesha is asking that if that is naturally if the disease is coming into normalcy, then what is the role of the chikitsaka? Why is it hyped so much? This is what is the question asked by or the doubt raised by Acharya Agnivesha. Therefore, now for this Acharya Punarvasu answers that Shishya Vachanam Shrutva Vyajahara Punarvasuhu Shruyataamatra Ya Somya Yuktidrishta Maharshibihi Na Nashakarana Bhavanam Nashakaranam Gnayate Nityagasyeva Kalasya Te Karanam Shikra Gatvat Yatha Bhutam Tatha Bhavo Vipadyate. So here he is telling that not always that this happens in the similar way. That is, if the Vishama Hetus are creating the Vishamata in the Dehadatavaha, then of course if the Vishama Hetus are stopped, then naturally the Vishama Karya, whatever has happened, Vishamata in the Deha and Dhatu should come down. But this will need a little more Karanas. That is, yeah. For example, if you consider because of the not taking the proper ahara, if the kshaya of the asti dhatu, then naturally the asti dhatu poshana will not happen. You have to make sure that it is replenished. That is why they have brought this particular concept here, because after samshodhana we expect that everything comes back to normal. But here specifically they have told that in order to do the brahmana, to bring back the person into normalcy, you are supposed to give brahmana ahara, and also do abhyanga, sana, niruha, anuvasana. All these things have to be followed, or the dinacharya has to be followed properly, satvritta has to be followed properly. That is, daily nourishment has to be done. That is, always the samahetus have to be provided. Then only the person will be able to maintain the samatva. And also replenishing will happen only because of the other karana. That is, some karanas are required to aid in augmenting the normalcy of the deha dhatus. This is very, very important. So this concept has been beautifully explained here. That is, the role of chikitsaka here is to not only just stop the vishama hetus and leave the sharira to bring get back to normalcy by its own, but to provide proper nutrition, proper elements through which it can come back to normalcy, or it can maintain its normalcy. That is very, very important. Therefore, once again they are telling nirodhe karanam tasya nasti naivad anyatha kriya. That is, the nirodha karana, that is the things which are responsible for the natural homeostasis, that is for the bringing back the deha dhatus into the normalcy. You have to give the samahetus. The samahetus should be kept in place so that there is once again the samatva maintained. Therefore, the role of chikitsa, or the chikitsa, if you want to define what is chikitsa, because and question is asked by Agnivesha that chikitsa kava chikitsa bhagavan, he is telling, that is, what is chikitsa then? So therefore, for this particular question he answers specifically that yabihi kriyabihi jayanti sharire dhatavas samaha sa chikitsa vikaranam karmatat vishajam smritam. That is, whatever chikitsa or whatever karya is leading to samatva of the dhatu, that is sharire dhatavas samaha, that is, it is leading to samata of the dhatus, sa chikitsa vikaranam karmatat vishajam smritam. It is not only just avoiding the vishama hetus or identifying the vishama hetus and stopping it, but to do a karya wherein the samatva of the dhatus are maintained. That is called as chikitsa. So katham sharire dhatuna vaishamyam na bhavediti samanam chanubandhah syat atyartham kriyate kriya tyaga vishama hetunam samanam cha upasevanat anupasevanat vishamananubadhanti jayanti dhatavas samaha. So clearly he is explaining that is Vaishamya, Vishamata of the Hetu will always lead to Vishamata in the Deha Dhatus. That is in the Dosha Dhatu or Mala or even Manase, etc. So Samanam Chanubandha Syat Atyartam Kriyate Kriya. That is, always you are supposed to go for the Samakriya only. That is, in order to bring in the Samatva, whatever you do. It may be with the Chikitsa or Has Chikitsa, whatever you are doing, that has to be done specifically here. Then Tyaga Vishama Hetunam Samanam Cha Upasevanat. You have to do the Tyaga of the Vishama Hetu. Vishama Hetu Tyaga should be done at the same time, simultaneously, Samanam Cha Upasevanat. That is, whatever is responsible for the Samatva of the Dosha Dhatu or Mala, that also has to be done simultaneously. This has to go Yugapat. That is, it has to go simultaneously. Vishama nanubandhanti jayanti dhatava samaha. If Vishamata only is going, then it will not lead to the dhatu samya. It is going to go for the Vishamata in the Deha Dhatus, and there will be Nasha of the Sharira. This will happen definitely. Therefore, Samaistu hetubir tasmat dhatun samjanayet saman chikitsa prabhratas tasmat dhata deha sukhayusham. धर्मस्यार्थस्य कामस्य नृलोकस्यो उभयस्य च दाता संपद्यते वैद्यो दानात् देहात् सुखायुषाम. So now here the physician has a role in this way, that is he is a data means he is going to give the deha sukha, that is deha sukha ayusham datan dharmadinam dhata bhavati. That is, what is your role? The role of a chikitsaka is to avoid the vishama hetus, or convince the patient to avoid the vishama hetus and include the samahetus, and also bring back the person to normalcy and maintain it. For what reason? For dharmasya arthasya kamasya nilokasya cha ubhayasya cha. That is dharma, to perform dharma, artha and kama, and also have moksha, that is for the ubhayaloka, that is the ihaloka and the paraloka. For both the things, whatever is congenial, all those things have to be advised. So therefore the danat sukhayusham, that is sukhayusham means what? Any kind of ayu which is going to help the person in attaining the dharma, artha and kama, and also help him towards moksha. That is considered to be the sukha ayusha. That is dukkha nivritti and sukha prapti. Dukkha nivritti includes all kind of nivritti from sharira dukkha or manasika dukkha, and also the adhyatmika dukkha. Everything has to be considered here. So such kind of data you should be, that is you are the provider of the sukhayusha or the samahetu, wherein the person will be able to follow the dharma, artha and kama, and also go towards the moksha. So this is how you are supposed to support. So therefore when you say chikitsa prabhrataha means the equipped with all kinds of knowledge and also all kinds of infrastructure required for the support of the patient. Now for what reason are you keeping with you all this knowledge? To help the people. So therefore the word data has been used here. You are the provider of the sukhayusha. So in the summary they have explained tatra shlokaha chikitsa prabhuta guno dosho yaschetara shrayah yoga yoga ati yoganam lakshanam shuddha samshrayam bahudoshasya lingani samshodhana gunascha ye चिकित्सा सूत्र मात्रम च सिद्धि व्यापत्ति संश्रयम या च युक्तिश्चिकित्सायां यम च अर्थम कुरुते बिशक चिकित्सा प्रावृते अध्याये तत्सर्वं अवदन् मुनिः इति अग्निवेशकृते तन्त्रे चरक प्रति संस्कृते श्लोकस्थाने चिकित्सा प्रावृत्तियो नाम षोडशोऽध्यायः. So in this particular chapter we have already come across the very purpose of what do you mean by chikitsa pravrita, that is what are the support systems required for the patient. Then the samyak yoga, ati yoga and ayoga of vamana, virechana etc. has been told. What are the criteria for selecting a patient for the samshodhana, that has been discussed here. And also the chikitsa which is required specifically for a patient wherein the vishamata has already happened, how to bring back the knowledge and attitude, how it has to be used for the benefit of the people, and how a physician becomes a data or provider of the service, wherein he is not only going to relieve the person from the disease but also help the patient or help the person in attaining doing the karmas like dana, that is dharma, artha, kama, and also attaining moksha. He will be helping. So this kind of support or prabhratitva, whatever is being explained, is concluded here with the help of this word data, and also all these things comprehensively it has been. Kalpana Chatushka is also ending here, wherein you can see that samaptah Kalpana Chatushka. So the next particular context which they are dealing is the Roga Chatushka. So from the Saptadoshodhyaya you have the Kiyanta Shirasi Adhyaya, which deals about the Roga. Because until now you know what is your role in correcting anything in the patient. That is, samahetus have to be avoided and the samahetus have to be delivered to the patient, or it has to be provided. then only the chikitsa will be fruitful. So whatever leads to the samatva in the deha dhatus, that is called as chikitsa. So therefore now understanding of a roga, that is the understanding the karanas and then what karya to be done, that will be easier to be understood. Therefore in the next section they are taking the roga chatushka. सो सप्तदशोऽध्यायः अतः कियन्तः शिरसि मध्यां व्याख्यास्यामः इति हस्माः भगवान् आत्रेयः कियन्तः शिरसि प्रोक्ता रोगा हृदि च देहिनां कति चापि अनिलादीनां रोगा मानविकल्पजाः. So in the next class we will be discussing about the Saptadoshodhyaya, that is Kiyanta Shirasi Adhyaya, mainly dealing with which is the first chapter of Roga Chatushka. From there we have the Pradhanata of the Roga, the different types of Roga and how it manifests in the Sharira. All those things we will be discussing in the next class. So if you have any doubts with regarding to the 16th chapter, you can post it in the group. It will be helpful for us to answer your any kind of your queries. Thank you. In the next class, we will be taking up the Roga Chatushka, that is Kiyanta Shirasi Adhyaya. Thank you. Dhanyavadaha.